Harley-Davidson's Lowrider ST has seen massive popularity since its launch, and all for good reasons. It's fun to ride, it's versatile with wind management and saddlebags, and it's perfectly on trend with West Coast and club-style aesthetics. But could there be a downside to that popularity? And is there a bike that might be able to do more for less? Maybe a bike that looks a lot like this? Meet the Heritage Softail, again. Harley-Davidson introduced the Softail line in 1984, and the Heritage was introduced shortly thereafter in 1986. It was then made consistently until 1999. After that, it sort of came and went from the Harley-Davidson lineup until it was reintroduced on the new Softail platform in 2017. Recently, we see the Heritage updated from a 114 cubic inch engine to this 117 cubic inch Milwaukee-Eight. Like many Harley-Davidson models, the components that are on this define what the bike is, how it looks, and how it sort of wants to be ridden. You see mini Ape handlebars, floorboards, a removable two-tone windshield, and these leather saddlebags that are hard-cased inside. There's sort of a 1950s silhouette. There's minimal tech. It's a big engine, focus on the ride, the feel, and experience of the road. On a bike like this that's so based in heritage, it's important what's not on the bike as much as it is what's on the bike. There's clean lines at the handlebars. You don't have Bluetooth control or media control for a screen that doesn't display your media or speakers that aren't there. There's no extra buttons for heated seat and grips that don't exist. It's just clean and simple. At low speeds, you can still really feel the weight of the Heritage, but it's also easy to just throw around. It's got a low center of gravity and very good clutch and throttle feel. Managing those at low speeds is easy, and it's easy to feel very in control of the bike. High-speed handling feels really good. The bike feels stable, the chassis doesn't flex or rock too much for you. You can run out of rear shock pretty quickly. There's not a ton of travel there, so it is possible to bottom out. You know, if you're really sending it, you will hit scrape points. And the ergonomics aren't completely conducive for very aggressive riding, but it will surprise you how hard you can push this bike and how much you can get out of it if you want to go and hoon a little bit. Like on a lot of cruisers, with the Heritage, you have to sort of use a full hand grab on that front lever to get good brake performance. It's a single disc. I do wish there was a little bit more bite. I wish it was a little bit more reactive, but it's plenty adequate in practice. Rear brake is the same. You know, not a lot of feel to the lever, but it's adequate, works pretty well. On this model, we do have the mini Ape handlebars, which gives you a wide range of adjustment. So when I got the bike, I loosened up the risers and pushed those forward just a little bit, gave me a little bit more range, and I like how it lines up with the forks. If you are a little shorter stature, you can do the opposite, pull it back to you, and then that's just a quick, free, easy adjustment.
So when you pull the bike out first thing in the morning, you know, and you wheel it back down the driveway and you shift it from neutral to first, there's always this little bit of a clunk into gear. And for me, that's sort of a classic Harley-Davidson thing. It feels nostalgic of, you know, the past bikes I've owned and ridden. To someone else, that might feel a little clunky, might feel a little unrefined. But once you are riding the bike and shifting through the gears, not just out of neutral, it is smooth, it does feel more refined, and it does feel like a good system. Harley-Davidson always does a really good job of tuning the touch points on a motorcycle differently for each model. So how much vibration is relayed through the risers to the handlebars for your foot pegs or floorboards really matches the model and the style. So this one, I do get some feel to the bars. I do get a little bit of vibration through the floorboards. I do feel the engine and the road in my seat, but I like that. It makes me feel connected to the bike. It makes me feel connected to the road. On a model like the Heritage, I want to feel that. I want to feel that connection. It just all contributes to the authentic feel of the bike. So the windscreen on this, it's, you know, obviously it's a one-size-fits-all that comes on this bike, and I'm a bit taller than the average rider, so it does hit me right sort of middle of the head. It's nice on the highway. It definitely cuts all the wind off my body, but I do still get a little bit of buffeting at highway speeds. So it's adequate, but if this was a bike I was owning or riding longer term, I would probably get a bit of a taller windshield. For the average rider, someone under 6 foot, I imagine that this would be fine. I don't think that they would see the same issues that I do here. I do love that you have the analog gauge on the tank here with a little digital output. It gives you your current gas levels, your gear shift indicator, while keeping things at the handlebars very clean and while, not distracting you from anything while you're riding. When you look at the bike, it does look sort of low. You see the floorboards that are sort of like 3/4 forwards. And when you're out riding it, it's sort of surprising how long it takes to scrape and how you actually can throw this thing. With the Mini Apes, you're not in the most forward, crazy, aggressive position to really get into it, but it surprised me how hard I can ride this bike comfortably.
The Heritage is a great modern one bike. It's a good grocery getter with the saddlebags. It's a comfortable commuter. It's a great weekend canyon jammer or, two-up date bike. It's got all the style. It has that classic sort of 1936 silhouette. The windshield pops off quickly and easily. It's got this sort of understated classiness that grows on me the more I look at it. It's an easy bike to keep coming back to and keep appreciating. Riding out to Born Free this year, one of my buddies took his lowrider ST, and we showed up at the event for him to park in a row of about 20 other black lowrider STs, only to then go into the event and see however many custom lowrider STs inside. So yeah, it's cool to be a part of the trend and a part of what's happening now, but also in our sport that's so heavily rooted in individual style and individuality, I feel like something is lost when you're just in a row of the same bike. So compared to the lowrider ST, the Heritage is $1,200 cheaper at $22,999. It also has more versatile wind management with this windscreen that pops off in all but 5 seconds. The ergonomics are a little bit more adjustable with the Mini Ape handlebars that you can roll forward and backwards, and the floorboards down below so you can move your feet around if you want to. Storage opens from the top, not clamshell like on the ST. And it's a little bit more robust. You have a little bit more room in the saddlebags. The Heritage is a versatile motorcycle, both in style and performance. It carries the old torch well. Sure, it doesn't have the modern performance vibe in line with bagger racing and current trends, but that's sort of the whole point, is how this thing remains unchanged and so effortlessly cool. Riding this bike, you're connected to the long lineage of Harley-Davidson riders, back to the silhouette where this started in 1936 and the connection to all the advancements in custom through the 50s. This bike feels that, looks that, and carries it through in a really authentic way, while bringing modern performance and comfort in a way that only a 2025 bike can.